working on it. You're working on a pre-construction project, right? And a client says, I want to think about it, or no. What's the first objection that you normally get? Can somebody give me an example of something they've heard from a client that that stopped the deal? Anything recently? Nobody has anything? Okay. All right. So one of the questions that a lot of people always say is, why am I going to buy a pre-construction condo versus buying something that's already in the market? All right. And the answer to that, number one, is value per square foot. So, for example, the Bennett condo is $378 a square foot, right? Whereas another project in that area, it's 328 a square foot, my apologies. 328 a square foot, whereas another project in the area, which is the Palm, and it was built in 2013, and it opened at 331 a square foot. So fast forward 3 years, you're still under, right? And keep in mind that that's the cost of the builder to regular people. Every other person who, anybody in this room who's doing an assignment is getting it even cheaper per square foot because we got the $10,000 off per unit. Okay, so you're even below 328 a square foot on Bayview, right by Bay Village, right by the Finch Station, and right in between Bayview Station. Okay, it's closer to Cumberland. It's closer to Cumberland. Yeah. I say Bayview and Finch because it just sounds better than Cumberland, right? Like nobody knows they're Cumberland. Okay, you avoid CMHC because most of the projects. Most pre-construction projects, 5%, 5%, and then you end up paying 20%. So once you hit over 20%, you're not paying CMHC, so you're saving anywhere between 2 and 3% on the total value of the condo. So for a condo that's a condo that's $3,000, that could be $6,000, right? For a condo that is $400,000, that could be $8,000 or $10,000. So we're saving on the CMHC. Low maintenance fees. The newer buildings are more efficient and they have lower maintenance fees. So that's another thing. Now, why should I use you? Well, one of the reasons. Show of hands, how many people are VIP agents in the room? Okay, so I'm going to tell you something. Every single one of you guys are a VIP agent. And the reason why I'm telling you that you're a VIP agent is because any project that comes through Wolf Connect, through World Class, you're getting in at the first level. You're one of the first agents that are, I'm going to show you really quickly I'll show you a slide if I can find it. Actually, you know what? Anyways, I'll just talk about it because I don't want to waste time. So there's 5 levels. Number 1, there's friends and family. Every developer has a friend, a family member, somebody who they're going to sell to. The second level is the VIP agents. Okay? The third level are going to be the third level is going to be just the regular agents. Open house, you walk in with your client, it's 3 months after it's already been passed around, and there's already 30 to 60% of the deals that are already sold, right? And then the fifth and the last person is the public offer. What happens is the developer goes out and he says, he just sends it on the newspaper. He's already sold out 85% of his units. The units probably opened at 380 and now they're at 450. Okay? So when you're coming in, just by value of being part of Realty Point franchise, you're coming in at stage 1 or 2. Some people consider Zia and myself added, some of the developers, and some of them consider us VIP agents. So you will be somewhere in between the two. So anytime you are doing your marketing and you're saying that anytime you're doing your marketing, you are a VIP agent. Okay? So that's another thing. So why should I use you? Because you're a VIP agent, you have access. There's 5 levels, and you're coming in at level 1 or level 2. Okay? I was thinking about this condo, but I was looking elsewhere. This particular what you're going to do moving forward for every single pre-construction development that you're pushing, you're going to know about the neighborhood. Okay? You're going to know what schools are in that area. You're going to know how much the cost per square foot is. You're gonna know what the carrying costs are, what the mortgage is gonna be, how much is cash flowing. You're gonna know how much what the average rental is. So when somebody says, I wanna look at something better, you're gonna say, you tell me what has a higher cash flow based on the rental in the area. Tell me what is a better cost per square foot. Tell me what's this close to the highway. You tell me what's this close to the TTC. You tell me, and you just keep listing all of the different benefits of the project. Like Zia said, the information. You fortify yourself with the information, and you're able to push through objection. Okay? So again, this slide I'm going to provide for everyone, and you're going to have all of these different answers to frequently asked questions. Okay? So here, sometimes. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Yeah. So sometimes people say, well, what if I just go to the developer and I try and get a deal? Most people who go in to meet with a developer are not speaking to the developer. They're speaking to the administrative assistant and most of those administrative assistants are not agents. They only know about they're only able to give you what's on the sheet, right? Whereas when you get something from Realty Point, those are already pre-negotiated, reduced pricing. Okay. So when I was talking, so when somebody says, "Is it cheaper to go direct?" No, it's actually more expensive because by the time they hear about it, or you tell your client, by the time you hear about it, you've already lost money. You're already buying an inflated price. So you work with me, meaning any one of you guys here in the room, you're saving money. Okay, so that's another one. And then here, this is what I was talking about. So friends and family, platform launch, VIP launch, any agent, and then public offering, right? And then I have a graph here that explains the difference in the price. So, and this is based on the number of condos in the area. So you can see that the very beginning, in the first phase, people are buying at $325. Then, like Zia said, some of the projects now go up at the end when they do open public offering. They're at $375. So most buyers, when they see something in the newspaper, it's already 80% of the project sold out, and the 80% of the project's already sold out, and they're somewhere in this range. This graph is going to be provided for you, so you can literally, when you're talking to an agent, you're going to tell them where they are on the spectrum and where you're bringing them in. Okay. Go down. And I'm just going to wrap really quick because we're taking a bit of your time, right? So now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, I heard this condo came out in 2016 April or in May of blah, 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 right? The fact of the matter is there's two opportune times to save money, okay? Number one is the ground phase, the very beginning of the project. You get in, you get the very lowest price. The second part, where I would say that Zia is very good at doing, we've also negotiated some deals together, is right before the 75%. So for those of you who don't know, any developer, before they're able to break ground and do construction based on Tarion, they have to sell 75% of all of the condo units. So when they're at that 72 or 70 or 69 range, they drop their pants because they want to get it done, right? Why? Because anytime that, you have to remember that just like us, they have mortgages on those properties. They have extremely high carrying costs, right? They've paid contractors, what do they call it? Deposits. So the longer the project takes, the longer it takes for them to get paid. And developers, they don't get any of their money, their actual profit, until occupancy period, until people move in. So if it takes them an additional 3 months when you have a $10 million mortgage, it can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they're extremely willing right before breaking ground, they're extremely willing to do those deals. Sometimes you're able to get better deals here than you would here. Okay? So that's something that you are now all aware of, and you can use as a tool for breaking through the objections and explaining your value as a as a realtor with the Realty Point franchise. Okay. Now, what do we do differently than every other agent? What we do differently is, again, the information. What is the developer? Who's the name of the developer? You need to know that. For example, with the Bennett condo, the Bennett condo is Latch Developments. Latch, this is their first project. First Avenue, they've done 3 other projects. Latch Development, the owner of Latch Development is Mark Rubio, and Mark Rubio was part of Omni Group. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Omni Group. Massive. He was either the CEO or the president. He was one of the executives of Omni Group, and he decided to move and do his own thing. So just knowing that, being able to free flow with that information is again going to reduce the objections. Amazing location. You want to talk about all of the things. Like I said, the school, the subway, access to the highways, the proximity to university or whatever have you. You got to find all those things that buzz the client. You have to ask them the questions. Why do you want a condo? What do you want from this condo? Are they buying it because it's a new couple and they want their kid to be in a really nice preschool or daycare, and they want a nice area? Or are they buying it as an investor because they want executive rentals? You need to ask those questions. So because every time your client tells you a why, that's one of your tools to make sure that you push through the transaction. Okay. So location, you talk about those things. Now incredible value, again talking about the price and all those other things. Now, how do you know whether a developer is reputable? I'm just going to ask, nobody look over here, but how would you know whether a developer is reputable?
Past projects.
Pardon?
Past projects.
Past projects. Who ranks that? Okay, so Terrion is an insurance provider for the over 85% of all pre-construction condominium projects that are over 6 stories. Terrion is involved. Terrion actually has they have Homeowners Choice Awards. They also have Awards of Excellence, and they also have a ranking for developers. For example, Urban Corp not too long ago was taken off. Terrion revoked their ability to be insured by Urban Corp. So now that's something that when you're selling one of those, you're able to tell your client. Or if a client hears about that, you need to know about the ranking of the developer. Okay. Another organization is called BUILD. It's BUILD is Building Industry Land Development Association. Again, everything I'm giving you, you're gonna have provided to you via email because you provided your email. Okay. So there's that. Then, why is it a good investment? Again, like I was saying earlier, you're going to analyze the pre-construction versus other pre-construction condos in the area. There's a number of different resources, including Buzz Homes. Are you familiar with Buzz Homes? There's Condo Only, which is the Realty Point website. There's Condo Now. There's a number of different resources to find out what other pre-construction developments are in the area and to compare them. Now, analyze the resale of the condos in the area. You want to look on your Stratus, and what you're going to do is you're going to look up, it's going to say last update. Under where it says last update, you want to put the current year. So for this year, you'll probably put 2016. But I mean, later in 2017, you're going to put 1st of January, 1st of 2017, and then you're going to look for not projects that were listed, but sold in the area. Listing price means nothing, okay? It's the sold price. So you look at the sold price, and that's when you're going to compare. Now analyze the rental market. There's a number of rental websites. I haven't put them in this slide, but I'll put that in the slide later this afternoon. They literally tell you what the average rental in the area is for that particular condo. Why is that important? It's important because investors want cash flow. If your mortgage costs $1,500 and your maintenance is $200 and you're going to collect $1,800 in rent, is that a really good investment? Do you want to spend a $50,000 deposit to make $100 a month? Not many people want to do that. but you have to be able to know what that cash flow is and be able to use that as a tool to push through the sale. Okay. This just talks a little bit more about being able to analyze it. What if they change their mind? If you buy a pre-construction condo within the first 10 days, what is the cost if they back out? Absolutely nothing. Most clients don't know that. One of the things that you want to push is you want to tell them, you want to say, hey, do you like this project? You list all of the benefits of the project that we talked about. You provide the analysis, you give them all the information, and you tell them, hey, if you don't want it, later on, within the next 10 days, there's no penalty to you, none whatsoever. But if you don't make a decision today, you're going to lose out on this project. Perfect example, project that happened yesterday in Oakville. There was only 12 available. They're all gone. If one of those people put their name down and decide they don't want it anymore, 10 days later one becomes available. But you can only act while the opportunity window is open. Okay? And that's another thing you want to push, right? So the 10-day buffer period. So anyways, that concludes my presentation, and all this information will be made available for you. Also, I'm pushing a project. It's called, again, the Bennett Condo. It's 3% commission to all of you guys, anybody who finds a client. If you are having any pushback from your client, if you have any questions, I'll provide my cell phone number for you guys and my email, and I know that project inside out. It's a no-brainer. $10,000 off every single all of the units. We have anywhere from 500 square feet to 654 square feet. And the really cool thing is that I have some interesting ways of selling specific floor plans. So for example, can somebody borrow one person's? Okay, I'll give you an example really quickly. Pardon? Yeah. They've sold. They're about 70, somewhere between 70 and 75% sold. But just to give you an example of one of the floor plans, for those of you guys who have the booklets, there's not pages. Okay, so the 602 floor plan. No, let's go. So, for example, the 512 floor plan. I'm going to show you really quickly because I'm really big on investment. That's my thing. The 512 floor plan. If an investor was looking at this is going from around 274, right, for 512 square foot, and then you're also getting the 1 year free maintenance, and you're getting one assignment. You can assign. We've negotiated assignment at any time. They can buy today and assign tomorrow. No penalty. They can do it. No problem. Normally what happens is the builders say that you're not able to assign until 95% of the building sold. In this situation, they're empowered to assign at any time, free of charge. No lawyer fee, no back end fee. So for example, with this specific floor plan, and again, I'll provide the floor plans and everything for this project to you. With the 512, I look at an opportunity for 2 bedrooms. Why? Because I'll pass it around, but if you just cut off the living area right here and you put a door, it's a 2 bedroom, and it just so happens that the square footage for the living area is very close to the square footage of the bedroom next to it, and there's very little wastage. So we picked out specific floor plans because they're very flexible. Okay.
Yeah, you were saying it's 300 something per square feet.
320,
28, 512 with 274.
You get 10,000 off. You get 10,000 off. The 10,000 off is also fine. Yeah, I'll say 3.
That's 600 square feet. That's low.
Say that again. 274 to $500 square foot. How's that? 500 square feet
That's
for
$570
two.
square foot or something like that.
For 274. Okay, I'll do the math really quickly for you.
I think it was 378.
370.
Okay, 500 times 328 is giving me less than 200K. I've never seen a condo
It's
for
525.
325 a foot in my area. So.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Anyway, it's about
528.
over
528, sorry,
yeah,
528, 528, and the other ones are going for it was 530, in 2013, I made a mistake, sorry, I forgot the first number, yeah, so it's 528,
Well, Joe was thinking to buy all 10.
So yeah, so my apologies, it was 528 square foot, my apologies. But yeah, so, and all of that information is going to be provided for you. Anyhow, does anybody have any questions? Any questions, Rob? Go ahead.
During the assignment close, I mean, because of that, can you put it on MLS or can you go privately?
The only thing that you're not able to do with this project is to put it on MLS. Everything else, you can put it on Twitter, Facebook, Kijiji, Craigslist, your website, your friend's website, whoever you want. The only thing that we were unable to secure was the MLS, right? Yeah. So that's that. Thank you so much for your time, guys, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you. If anybody, I'm gonna shoot off an email to everybody, and if anybody has any deals, anything that they're looking to let go of, any listings, shoot it amongst our group. Our group is only gonna get bigger, and I'm expecting to do a lot of work with every single one of you guys for 2017. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure for all of you guys. And just look at Thank you. And look at the person next to you and just say that this is going to be a great year, great 2017 for you.